This is Doug Coyle of DJ Coyle Rugby. I'm here with Niku Kruger, who's visiting for homecoming at Kutztown. How do you fit this into your active schedule? First Pacific Nations Cup, then Canada, then the World Cup, and that just ended for you, and you're back here and home, right?
Yeah, no, so I actually just got back into the country Monday last week, and it's been a good time, you know, just kind of recuperating from what I've been through the past three or so months. And the boys here actually asked me if I would like to come to homecoming. You know, we knew that it was going to be a big game. We knew Army had been struggling lately, so I thought, you know, I may as well come out and support my boys.
Okay. Now, being a capped Eagle, okay, you got capped in Canada, you got a second cap, the World Cup playing against South Africa. Maybe we could talk about that experience.
Yeah, you know, obviously going into the Canadian game, it's actually interesting. I wasn't actually on the original roster for the game. Unfortunately, Shalom Sanula got hurt in practice. And the day before, 2 days before the game, I told him my side and said there was an opportunity for me to maybe get a chance off the bench, but we weren't sure. So I only found out pretty late that the opportunity was going to come. And I really enjoyed it, you know what I mean? I obviously didn't get much game time, but it was just an unbelievable experience to be training with these boys and going into a game day and see exactly what goes into it, you know, what is expected from it. And then from there, things kind of took off. You know, I didn't really expect to go to the World Cup, considering I only had one cap. I was only really part of the team to gain experience. You know, it's the kind of the talks that me and Mike Talkin had going into the PNC and things like that, you know. And then going to the World Cup was just unreal. You know, you go to a country like England where rugby is the biggest thing in that country. You know, now you add the World Cup to it, and it's just unreal. And I really enjoyed it. You know, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself and about rugby and how it's played across the world, how it's played at that level. You know, and obviously playing in a game against South Africa and losing the way that we did obviously wasn't the way we wanted it to be. But I learned a lot from it. You know, I got to play against one of my my big idols, Frida Prayer, and I learned a lot from what he does and how he manages the game and how he plays the game and things like that. And I really enjoyed it.
Your family was there, right?
Yes.
They had a chance to share in that experience. That must have been really exciting for you.
Yeah, you know, it was actually really cool. When this whole thing started kind of coming together, my dad and I spoke a bit about it. And, you know, I didn't want them to, you know, put time out of work and put money aside to come if it might not happen, you know what I mean? And then the day that I found out I made the team, we had to decide what were the chances I was going to play and in which game I was going to play. You know, and I think lucky for me, the strongest team in our pool was South Africa. So I think from the beginning we had an idea that I might have a chance against South Africa on the field. But obviously I never expected to start. And when I got that nod, it was a sealed deal. My parents were coming. And I feel a bit sorry for my dad. I think he was a little confused in what he was supposed to be doing. He had his Eagles jersey on, but his South African flag in the hand. But I think once we ran out and started playing, I think he realised that he was only there to support one person, that was me. So it was really cool to see them there and to see the tears in my dad and my mom's eyes when I came off the field. It was really cool.
You seem to have an excellent future ahead with the Eagles, a lot of opportunities. Just being capped, you have perhaps professional opportunities in the future, but meanwhile you're encouraged. Actually, you need to play at either Pacific Rugby Premiership team or American Rugby Premiership team. You've chosen Glendale. Why?
I mean, you know, there was a lot of teams to choose from. Obviously, you know, I had talks with a bunch of different players and a bunch of different coaches. But what happened was when I was in South America playing for the USA Selects, I spoke to Chad London, who currently plays for the Glendale Raptors. And he encouraged me to come out and see what it was like and things like that. And the coach who coaches him is Andre Snyman, used to play for the Springboks. So obviously I have the South African connection, you know. So I thought what I would do is I'll send him an email and just kind of chat to him a bit about, you know, what he sees the club's future like. You know, and talking to him about his game plan and what have you, really kind of drew me to the type of rugby that he plays. You know, and when it comes to, you know, playing at the next level, you know, you want to play the club that really plays the type of rugby that you want to play. You know, because then you have an opportunity to shine and to build your game and become better as a player.
It's a great facility. I've been there a couple of times. Great organization with that. I wish you every success with that. Let's get back to Kutztown.
Yeah.
Now, you've now graduated Kutztown.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What led you here in the first place?
You know, it's actually really interesting. You know, when I had the opportunity to maybe come play over here, I sent out a bunch of emails talking to a bunch of different schools, but Kutztown was really the only one that really got back to me and was really interested in maybe giving me opportunity to come. You know, I had a bunch of personal emails with Doc Jones about, you know, what was expected from me, how to get you, what the process was and things. And, you know, just looking at his passion that he has for the game and looking at the passion he has for the school really drew me to it. You know, it's when you're making such a big life decision of changing country and, you know, changing everything you're used to, you have to go to a place where you feel like you're going to be comfortable. You know, and I think talking to Doc and talking to Marco Barnard, who actually gave me a personal phone call, really kind of set me at ease, letting me know that this was a good place to come to because of the people that were here.
It's a great college town, small community. University gives a lot of support. Coaches certainly give support.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can you give some examples of some of the support they give while here? Some additional examples.
Yeah, you know, the school obviously is very supportive. You know, every year we get our own financial budget that comes from the school. You know, today actually being an alumni, I had an opportunity to meet the president. He came out and on homecoming, came and watched a bit of our game. You know, things like that. You know, we've got a lot of professors that are okay with us taking time off of school when we need to go to playoffs and things like that. So there's constant support. You know, when we played in the CRC, at least about 4 or 5 professors come out and watch the games, actually paid to buy tickets and come watch the games in the stadium. You know, when you get that type of support from people that you see every single day, that you do a lot of work for, it's great, you know, because you know on and off the field they're going to be there for you.
What are some of your best experiences you've had while at Kutztown, whether it's playing rugby or at the university?
You know, luckily for me, you know, I've been really involved here at Kutztown. I was part of the student government board, I was a tour guide here on campus, and obviously I got to play rugby. You know, so a lot of the experiences that I had were to do with rugby. But you know, some big things that I used to do was be part of the student government board. I had the opportunity to budget over $4.5 million, you know, going into student organisations and things like that, which, you know, a lot of students don't have a lot of say in. You know, with tour guides, I got to meet a lot of students coming to the school, not only rugby players, but, you know, different students from all different types of walks of life. You know, and I had an opportunity to share my story with them and really kind of show them what Kutztown has done for me. You know, and I can truly say that without the school, without what the school has done for me and put into me as a student, I wouldn't be the gentleman that I am today.
We have a lot of pride in having been at Kutztown.
Very much so.
And you're part of the Kutztown family. What would you want to tell a prospective recruit? Why choose Kutztown?
You know, it's always a very difficult question to ask, you know, because there's so much emotion that goes to me when I think about Kutztown. You know, if you saw me during the game, I was probably the one jumping up the most and making the most noise. But you know, if you're a student looking to go to a university, you know, you need to go to a place where you'll feel comfortable. You'll feel comfortable for the next 4 years, because this is the place that you're going to call home. You know, and if you ask me, Kutztown's the place to come to. You know, we're not massive. You're not going to get lost in the crowd, and probably the best thing, you play some really good rugby too.
I wish you a lot of success in your rugby career and in life. Thanks
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.